Lionel Messi does it. In fact, the whole Argentinian soccer team does it. You know what? Almost everyone in Argentina does it. And today, you're going to see me do it. What? Drink yerba mate. What is this all about? Oh, it's the national drink of Argentina, Paraguay, and a lot of other South American countries. Goes back to, natives in South America long before Columbus ever came. They learned to take the leaves of a particular tree native to Paraguay, dry those leaves, chop them up, and then infuse them in hot water and drink it. In fact, drink it all day long, because it made something of their humdrum lives. They pepped them up. How come? Because the ground up leaves, you see here, which you can buy in bulk from Argentina, contain theobromine, they contain caffeine. These are stimulants. So is theophylline. But actually the amount of caffeine in there is less than what you'd get in a cup of coffee. But the Guarani natives were constantly drinking this in South America. And when the Jesuits came to convert them to Catholicism, they learned of this habit. And they began to cultivate the trees because they saw a potential business here. And indeed, they sold the leaves around South America. It never really made it to Europe because the Europeans already knew about coffee, they knew about chocolate, so they weren't really all that interested. But it really took off in Argentina, and so it is a habit to this day. Now, the way that they drink this is very interesting. Traditionally, it is out of a gourd. This is the gourd of the calabash vine. It grows, you plant a seed and it grows very quickly and it produces these fruits. When you dry the fruit, you can hollow it out and you get this gourd. Then you put the ground up leaves in there. I already did that. And then you use hot water. And they tell you not to use boiling water. And I tell you, I have followed those instructions, long instructions, on how to best make yerba mate tea. So you have the water below boiling point, but there's something else that is needed. And this is the bombilla. And it looks like a straw with a filter at the end. You drink the thing through this, and it filters out the ground up leaves. Okay, so let's brew this up. I'll put in my hot water. Now this is a first, a world first. I have never done this before. We let it brew a little bit. Now there are some issues here. The issue is that oral cancers are more prevalent in countries that drink a lot of yerba mate. And supposedly is because they are constantly sipping this hot beverage. And that can injure tissues in the esophagus, injure tissues in the mouth. It's also possible that when the leaves are heated for processing, that you form some polycyclic aromatic compounds in there, which are carcinogenic. But of course, they're drinking this all day long. And not only that, they pass it around from one person to the other. It's a social encounter. And they sip it through the same straw. Not such a good thing these days with COVID. All right, here we go. This is a world's first. I've brewed this. My bombilla is ready. I really don't know what to expect. Here we go. Not the best thing I've ever tasted, but not the worst either. It's a little bit of a bitter tea flavor. Now, of course, there are all kinds of claims about it having anti-inflammatory effects. None of that is really corroborated. But Argentinians will sip this all day long. And Lionel Messi does it. And you know who else does it? The Pope. Now, if the Pope does it, I pay attention to that. You know why? Because believe it or not, Pope Francis was a chemist before he became a priest. He has a degree in chemistry from a technical college in Argentina. So he knows, I guess, what he's doing when it comes to yerba mate. I think I'll have another sip. If it's good enough for Lionel Messi and for the Pope, good enough for me. But I have to follow the instructions, make sure that I use the special little brush to clean the bombilla after. So, cheers.